Yo, yo, what's really good? Back again with What Did We Just Watch? And it's your boy, Evan.
It's good, Bobby.
And it's Pota.
And here we are. We're back in another Halloween movie for this nice Halloween season. And since we did the Halloween one, I think it's only right that we do the new movie. So we saw the Halloween 2018. And, I just had to say off rip. I just got to get this out. I fucking thought it was straight. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Like,
me
dog,
too.
I mean, I was like, bro, it way exceeded my expectations for sure.
Yeah, I'm
for
down.
sure. Yeah. Okay, like, so Bobby, now, so what did you think?
It was a little boring.
You thought so?
It was good. It was good. I literally, like I said, I sat there and watched a little bit of it, like without typing anything. Like there's big gaps in my when I wrote down his notes.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually was just sitting there watching the movie and like enjoying.
Yeah.
Enjoying it. It wasn't bad. It was a little slow, like, it wasn't as...
But that's kind of how it was. The original was.
Yeah, it wasn't like super into it,
bro,
like
bro,
crazy.
he kills a lot in this.
Bro, I know, I loved it. I fucking loved it.
Great. He
That's
murdered like 7 people within like the first 20 minutes.
And very like brutal ways, and you saw it.
Oh yeah.
Like, especially since we just saw the OG and how there was nothing.
Yeah,
completely opposite end of the spectrum. Like fucking, and I'm like the whole time I kept looking. I'm looking up. I'm like, this movie's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, does this make me a psychopath? That the way I think a good horror movie is the more people die, the better it is. Like
oh
my god,
yeah.
And it wasn't like they were trying to be all creative with the deaths and shit. Like they were very simple and practical.
Yeah, like how, like when he's smashing their faces against, like when they're in the bathroom and he's smashing that guy's face against the wall. I'm like, he's just sitting there smashing.
That's all he's doing.
And I was like,
that's all he needs to do.
Yeah,
he doesn't
like,
need to go creative with it.
It's nice. Like like
they
you're
didn't
right.
go, they didn't go like too far over. Like, it was just like they kept it simple.
Like he probably would be there just smashing his face.
That's
he's
what he
psycho.
did. He
doesn't care.
He had no weapons at the time. He just brutally
or even the chick who goes to the window. He doesn't like be all crazy with it and drag her away. He literally just grabs her hair and just right through the fucking
was
throat.
awesome.
That was awesome.
But yeah, so it was great.
Simple like deaths. But
but great. And I want to.
Spoiler alert, by the way.
Fuck you. If you don't think it's any spoilers, shut the fuck up. Yeah, but I want to see who wrote this and directed it. I want to take a look right now.
So you know who wrote this? Danny McBride.
I saw he was a producer on it.
Yeah. He also helped write it.
Really?
He was
That's
also
awesome.
Damn,
I saw his name and I was like, I wonder where he's from.
Me too. I was like, what the fuck?
It was Danny McBride. The director also helped write it, I believe. Hey, check it out if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. No, John Carpenter. He approved of this and he also helped.
It said John Carpenter, Jamie
Lee
Curtis.
Curtis. She was in it as well.
She was the producer, I think, too.
Probably.
No, I remember seeing that. I was like, "What? That's pretty sick."
Because I remember the day I was like,
Danny McBride is a huge horror movie buff.
Nah, but this was great. Like, went in thinking it was gonna be like a 4, and I'd say right now, I'd say it was like a 7.5. I give it a 7.5.
What's up?
7.5.
I'm gonna give that was like a 9 for me.
9? Okay, I give it like I think an 8. I think it was like an 8. I just feel too much.
That was definitely a 9 for me.
And especially again, I started getting more into it. Once people started getting murked, I'm like, yo. But I think we should just go ahead and get into it. So let me go. I'm gonna go ahead and give the fucking the synopsis. So this is Halloween, the 2018. It's been 40 years since Laurie Strode survived a vicious attack from crazed killer Michael Myers on Halloween night. Locked up in an institution, Myers manages to escape when his bus transfer goes horribly wrong. Laurie now faces a terrifying showdown when the masked madman returns to Haddonfield, but this time she's ready for him. Yeah, she's ready for him. Okay, so the director is David Gordon Green.
Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon. Let me see what else.
David Gordon.
Movies.
David Gordon.
Oh, he's done like Pineapple Express, Your Highness, like all the.
Oh, that's why Danny McBride.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool.
I didn't get that vibe though from it because those movies.
For him to do a horror film, it's definitely a different take.
Well, there was kind of jokes, which was pretty fun, but in a good amount. I think it was a good amount. It wasn't like where I was questioning the tone of the movie.
Yeah, they weren't like oversaturating.
Like the cops about the sandwich. Yeah, that was pretty funny. All right, so let's go straight into it. So, all right, so it opens up. How does it open up? Oh, okay, I forgot.
It opens up as a classic ode to the original with the orange text, what I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, the original.
And even like the music was different, but it still had the same. It felt as organic as the original one did.
Music,
the certain tones, the certain instruments, and the things that they use. Yeah, it was awesome actually. I like and then
So it's the man and the woman that are going to the insane asylum, the institution, the journalists they're doing a story on Michael Myers and this whole thing. It's a man and a woman. So they're walking in and they're talking to the main doctor, and so they get there and they're outside, and like I guess everyone and all the patients are outside now. Michael Myers is sitting out there, a bunch of other psychopaths are walking around. It's kind of
courtyard looking, kitchen tile kind of anywhere.
So then like he started talking, then he looks at the guy and he goes, "You better tie that shoelace." He's like, "David over there."
With the umbrella.
Something, yeah. And I'm just like, how long was he walking with an untied shoelace for? Right. Well, why would you not tie your shoe? Like, what do you do? How long was that?
Everybody's wearing Velcro.
How random was it that happened to be perfectly right when he walks in? He was like, "Hey, be careful, because that guy is a serial killer, and he only kills people that don't have their shoelaces tied."
Wouldn't you say that earlier or something?
Hey, we have one guy here who does it. Yeah.
So
he only kills people with shoelaces.
Yeah. All right, so Michael's over there perched up, and we don't see his face, of course. And then, so then the dude journalist comes up, and he just starts talking to him, and he goes from like being like, hello, straight to, "You feel guilty?" He's like, "You ever feel guilty about those murders, Michael?"
First of all,
why would they let him do that?
Why would they, one, conduct an interview right there?
I know, like, what?
And two, why are you yelling at him off rip?
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, he went from being nice to
going at it.
Yeah.
Can I go? Can I walk up? And the guy's like, yeah, nods his head. He's like, "Hey, Michael. Hey, you want to talk?" "Speak! Speak!" Just screaming
and he
at him.
keeps saying his name. He's like, "Michael, you ever do this, Michael? Speak, Michael. Michael. I was like, what the fuck? I hated this guy. This guy.
Yeah.
So
it's annoying. He's trying to provoke him. I get it.
He pulls out the mask. He's like,
Christ.
"Do you feel it? Do you feel it?"
It was like, what
the power of the mask
Everybody's
compels you.
freaking out. All the other fucking psychos are all freaking out. Shit's going down. I'm like, yo, the whole time I was like,
the mask actually has
for
some
real.
like,
and then he turns around and it's Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
as the
might
mask.
as well, because at this point I'm thinking, damn, so this is what we walked into?
Yeah.
I was like, are you fucking kidding
thought
me?
Yeah.
I was like, the mask is now making everyone, and they weren't wilding for a second where it was like, it wasn't like one thing where it could have been misconstrued as, oh, maybe, but like, no, they're wilding for like 5 minutes straight where it's about the mask. He's like, look at it, and the mask is just going, and everyone's just like going more wild, and it's just like, and then
the umbrella dude was gonna throw his umbrella.
Yeah.
What was the point? Okay, so tell me this.
How did he know this was gonna do that?
We talk about this all the time. Like the fucking what was the one in the movie where they pulls it at like the Nicorette gum?
Oh yeah,
This is the Nicorette, because he walks up. He's like, "Okay, you can get up close. Do not go up to the yellow line, but do not cross it, because they have the box around it. So like that's the distance of the chain where you can't actually get you." Yeah. So the guy gets up really close and then looks at him and then creeps, and they zoom in on his toe. Just ever so slightly go in the middle of the yellow line, like he's too far. Like they zoom in, like, oh shit. And they kept on going to the umbrella dude. And why would they talk about his shoelace on that foot?
Oh, thinking that's
the umbrella guy. And then they all start freaking out. I'm like, yo, this umbrella dude's gonna launch his umbrella to him.
So they're trying to cause some tension going on.
What was the whole point? And then they're like, all right. And the next scene, they're just at a gas station.
Because they probably were trying to trick you, trying to cause tension, thinking you're gonna
thinking that he's gonna die.
But it was nice. And then, I'm thinking, I just don't.
They're not at the gas station yet. They're driving away.
But then I just don't get how this guy knew the mask was going to have this effect, and he's just like, it's a part of you. And it's like, where are you getting this from? You're like, the mask is going to make him like transform.
So how did those two random people get the mask out of evidence? Oh, a buddy of mine, the Surgeon General or whatever, gave me this. It's like,
that's how.
They wouldn't release fucking, well, it's 40 years, but still, it's like,
It's
Here's the key. One of the main things of this murder trial, of the whole shit. Here, you want to have it.
Mess around with it.
Go bring it to him and go fuck with him and jiggle it in his face. Like, why would they give
all right, so it does like a hard cut, and then it's the opening credits.
They have to think of some way to get journalists to get their hands on it.
Well, we have, of course. But okay, so opening credits.
Just so he can get it.
Yeah. So the opening credits now, and it's like an ode to the first one, where it's just like the black credits with the pumpkin, and then the thing. And then the credits. But the difference is the pumpkin is smashed this time, but then slowly builds to become a normal pumpkin.
Like in reverse, yeah.
Why?
Because he's back.
Resurrected again.
Because he's back.
So fucking dumb.
You're dumb.
So it cuts to the guy and the woman, the journalist. They're leaving after 2 minutes of trying. Like, I really want to know what happened after that. It just was a hard cut. They're howling. Cut to credits. Now they left. That's all they tried.
Like, all right, nothing works here. All right, see you later. And all the fucking mental patients.
They came all the way there from England for a 5-minute conversation.
Just to scream at the serial killer and walk away.
That didn't work. Let's go talk to the other.
The next scene should have been the woman being like, maybe you shouldn't have started screaming at him or something. Like, what the fuck?
And tell me this: how is the doctor almost identical and talks exactly like the doctor from 40 years ago?
Yeah,
I took over for him, and they're from that same accent. They look the same. It's like, how is that even possible?
I don't know.
But yeah, but as it goes on, the lady is probably just as bad as asking questions as he is. So we'll get to that.
Oh, so when did you get to the gate?
All right, so the gate. So it cuts to the woman and the man. They're driving, like I said, and they come to a closed gate. And then it's like no trespassing, and then she just looks at him, and she just goes, "You might need this," and then hands him an envelope with like money in it. And I just thought,
why did she have to be so covert about it? Like, there's a bug in the car.
And she pulls up, she's like,
"When did she even do that?"
Trespassing, something. Oh, looks like we can't go in. Really, you couldn't tell by that giant chain, fucking a massive steel gate, with cameras everywhere. Like, oh, I guess we can't. Here's the money. And investigative journalists don't pay for their stories. So the fuck up.
Some integrity you got there.
Yeah.
All right.
You just screamed at a serial killer, but you're worried about paying somebody. That's not even your money.
Yeah.
The girl just gave it to you.
In an envelope. So, okay, it's Jamie Lee Curtis's house, and she basically lives in like a zombie apocalypse bunker. And I'm just wondering, well, at this point I'm wondering, because I haven't seen the end of the movie, it's like, why does she have this? Because Michael's in jail this whole time. So it's like, I'm wondering why she has this. And then,
serious PTSD.
Yeah, that's true. And then so the man comes in and starts talking to them. What?
They're buzzing the gate and they're talking to him, and the guy's like trying to explain himself to like Jamie Lee Curtis, and they're trying to get in without paying. He's like, excuse, sir, like, who are you? And like, we have a podcast.
Yeah, he's like, I was like, what? Are you fucking stupid?
That's definitely she's definitely opened the gate.
Yeah,
like,
why would
we walked up to the gate.
You already fucked it up.
We walked up to the gate.
$3,000. Is that all right?
Yeah,
okay,
said,
cool.
All right. Like if we walked to someone's house, like, hey, we have a podcast. Let us in. Oh, you have a podcast? Sure.
So yeah, they walk in. It's Jamie Lee Curtis, and she's in this fucking bunker, and they start talking to her. And the man asks her about the boogeyman, and Jamie Lee Curtis believes in the boogeyman, and she says that he should too. And they want to know what was going through Mike's mind back 40 years ago when he murdered everybody. And I'm wondering, how the fuck would this woman know? She's just living her life as a babysitter, and a psycho murderer comes and murders her friends. The last thing she's thinking of is, wonder what this guy's thinking.
The only contact she ever had with him was him trying to murder her.
I know. So
she didn't sit there and have a conversation like, hey, Mike, how's it going? Why'd you murder all my 7 friends fucking years ago? She didn't chill with the guy. He tried to kill her. She got away. What happened? I want to know what got through his mind. How would she know?
I don't know.
You just talked to him, and he's not saying anything, so you're not going to find out.
These are the worst journalists ever.
Noted, when they walked in, she clearly stated, yes, we are journalists with an award-winning expose on, like, the New York Times or some shit like that.
Yeah. Like, oh, shit, I didn't hear that.
So they had, you know...
Her question is awesome.
And then I thought
notoriety.
I thought this was really funny. The man goes, he's like, whatever her name is, he's like, we met with him. I showed him the mask, and nothing. Like he's saying like that was gonna work, like, you know what I mean? Like he was so disappointed, like that was the one thing.
Like, and that was supposed to like jaunt a reaction.
Yeah, like, oh, the mask didn't work.
She's probably like, yeah, I get it. He's a deranged lunatic. He hasn't spoken in fucking 60 years. Cool, you put a mask up to him and yelled at him, and he didn't say anything. Sweet.
Where did he get this idea?
But like the second question they asked her, who was like, "Hey, how did it feel to lose your entire family?"
It's crazy.
I was like, "What the fuck? How do you lead on to a question like that?"
Build up.
She's like, "Yeah, with 2 failed marriages, you lost your kid at 12 years old, and you never got her back. How did that make you feel?" What?
The girl looks at her, she goes, "So how long was your child in like custody before you got her back?"
It didn't.
I didn't, and you already know that.
So then why would you ask, you stupid bitch?
You know everything about her.
It's like you're trying to pry sensitive information out of this lady, and you're gonna go straight to be like, "Hey, so how'd you fuck up your family?"
It's like the same thing you did with Michael. First to one question, next question you wild.
And they have an award-winning article?
How do they get into
How?
So they're probably like, "Hey, yeah," it's like, "Do you believe in the boogeyman?" "No, I believe in Michael Myers." "How is it that you lost your kid?" Like screaming. I was like, "What the fuck?" Like that's where she kicks him out. She's like, "Yeah, I'm done. Give me my $3,000 and you're out."
Yeah, so she gets paid.
So she was smart. She got paid. She kicked him out.
She kicked him out. She like opens the door and like, "I'll take my payment now."
Fuck yeah.
Nah, she like looks at the door and she just doesn't.
I was like, "Gee, hell yeah, take that money, kick him the fuck out."
For sure.
Stupid ass question.
I didn't see that.
She looks away like all like fucking.
So she tells him to leave. She gets the bread, and then it cuts to now it's Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter and the whole family. So it's a sister and her dad and her husband. So the husband is setting up rat traps, And this is just one of the weirdest parts in this movie, I think.
Yeah, I
thought
stupid.
So yeah, he's setting up the rat traps, putting peanut butter in them, and he spills it, and he goes, "Oh, I got peanut butter on my penis."
She's like, "Oh, Dad!"
And I was like, "What?"
Because it snaps shut and it goes.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I got peanut butter on my penis," and she's like, "Oh, Dad, you're so weird."
Yeah, it's like, what?
What's the point of that? Why can't you talk about your penis?
No parent would
just
do that.
Your
you say in your pants, exactly.
Oh, I got
exactly
peanut butter on my pants.
My penis, what the fuck?
He looks over at his daughter, he's like, "Hey, honey, Dad's got peanut butter on his penis again."
So,
like, what the fuck? How weird are you?
But then his dick is actually out.
Yeah. His dick had to be out. That makes sense. So then there's a ring at the door.
From fluff or whatever to peanut butter.
Yeah. Then there's a ring at the doorbell, and it's the daughter's friends, and I'm thinking, what kind of friends are gonna ring the doorbell? Wouldn't they just call her and tell her to fucking come outside?
It's 2018.
Yeah, it's like, and then she has a full glass of orange juice, takes one sip, and puts it on the counter.
No, she walked out.
Bitch. No, she sipped it and put it down.
Her friend was walking down the street with the glass of orange juice.
I saw her put it down, and that had to have been something because I saw her put it down.
Why would she walk across the street, leave the house with a glass?
Cup,
That's
weird.
No, the girl's walking with a straw and a glass cup.
Oh, she had a iced coffee or something like that. She was drinking.
Yeah, that's iced coffee, son.
This fucking guy over
here. Did you notice it?
Yeah, he didn't. All right, so she's walking with her homies, and did you notice? Kid. Yeah, the kid from the Blockers. From Blockers. The chef. What? He's fucking loser. Yeah, the fucking stoner.
Literally the first.
He's such an idiot.
I didn't realize he was a guy at first. It took me into like the whole when they're walking, and then once he started exploding things, I realized that it was a dude. I thought it was like three chicks.
Like fucking I just read I hate this kid Dave already. No, that's the only time you see him.
And this kid is an asshole.
He's talking
to the granddaughter of Jamie Lee Curtis's granddaughter, and he's like, I don't know why your grandma cares so much. Just like her friends just got murdered and stuff like that.
Out of all the things that happened throughout the world, a couple people got murdered. It's not that big of a deal. And we're like, what the?
It's like that guy.
Who would say that to anyone?
It's like that Johnny Tsunami shit, like fucking talking shit about someone's grandparents, like.
Yeah,
your grandma's a loser. What's wrong with her?
Like
talking shit. It's like she almost got murdered, and then the girl's like, she almost got murdered by a deranged fucking serial killer.
Murder is like the worst thing. It wasn't like you got robbed or something like that.
Oh, he just stole her lunch money.
Yeah,
what's wrong with her? No, she sat there and watched all of her friends. She watched her friends get fucking folded in half
and put into a pulley system rig trap like a fucking cartoon,
like a marionette.
Yeah. She watched her friends get turned into dead marionettes.
Oh, your grandma's crazy.
All right, so yeah, it cuts to her boyfriend, the granddaughter's boyfriend, and he's fucking ugly and a loser. And then this other friend comes up. They're in school. He's talking, it's him and the girl. And then another even bigger loser and friend comes up, and he obviously wants to fuck this guy. It seems like he's like trying to.
He's like touching her.
He's
like
acting really weird. I thought he wanted to fuck him.
He's like, yeah, you little chapped lip crusties on me, and he's like. It's a little for you for later, bro. Save that for later. He's like, you need to go to the dance with me tonight or some shit? Yeah. He's getting all weird.
Yeah, he was getting really weird. So that's like the whole... So there's another...
goes to them they're at what, class?
Yeah, okay, yeah, so cut
She happens to be in the exact same scene.
That's the whole thing. So it's like an homage to the OG. Yeah. It's the same exact scene.
The granddaughter is sitting in the back far corner right next to the window, minding her business, gazing out the window and shit. Just like her grandma was 40 fucking years ago.
That was a pretty nice nod to the old one.
I know, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, Michael Myers is going to be standing there like in the old one.
No, then she's there.
I think the daughter's going to look out the window and, the whole thing, Michael Myers standing there with the car that he stole, just looking into the window. No, she looks over across the street, and it's her grandma. Jamie Lee Curtis is standing there. If that happened to you in high school and then that shit happened, why would you do that to your granddaughter and scared like that?
I know.
Then she looks away and looks back.
She's like, I'm going to do exactly what Michael Myers did to me when he murdered my friends.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing to my granddaughter. I haven't talked to her. It's like, yeah, I'm not coming or anything.
Why don't you just text her?
Hey, yo, I'm about to show.
Yeah, it's your house. So then, so it cuts to, the granddaughter and Jamie Lee Curtis meet up. Jamie Lee Curtis gives her the money that she just got, the $3,000 and stuff, and they start talking, and... They have a whole thing, you know what I mean, like a back and forth, because they have a strange relationship because of their mother, whatever the fuck. And, so it...
Mexico or some shit.
Yeah, she just gave it to her to tell her to do whatever she wants. So it cuts to now Jamie Lee Curtis, and she's, like, blasting shotguns and, like, cleaning guns, and she's, like, fucking doing barrel rolls, and she's fighting fucking bears, and she's just ready. She's been training for 40 years for this to happen. So there's just a whole montage of that. I know. Training by yourself doesn't really work.
You're just
fighting mannequins.
You're doing the same thing over and over again every day.
Fighting a mannequin who doesn't fight back. It's like, what the hell?
I'm gonna go fight this 6'7" deranged serial killer, but I'm gonna punch a mannequin all day.
So the thing is that Michael Myers is getting transferred now for this thing. So it's Jamie Lee Curtis in her car, and she chugs like the tiny bottles of liquor. Like the shot bottles or whatever, and she's acting like she's chugging a whole fish. She's like, it's like when she was smoking the cheater.
She's gripping a fucking pistol.
For an alcoholic, that's nothing.
I know,
right? And she's gripping a pistol.
They'll snort that shit. And
she's sitting outside the gate of the fucking prison or the mental place. Guards everywhere. She's just sitting there with a fucking massive revolver, like hand cannon, gripping it. Tight as fuck and just chugging alcohol, and no one cares.
Yeah, she's literally chilling right in the front, armed security,
with a gun
pistol in hand.
And then she just...
You don't think a guard would come up and be like, "Hey man, how can I help you?"
She has like the headlights on. Why are you shit facing the bottles everywhere?
Why are you one little...
Oh, you're the lady who...
have you been drinking?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the lady who almost got killed by
Is
the guy who's on that bus.
2 boxes of ammunition?
Oh, you're the girl that almost got killed by that guy on the bus we're transferring?
Not
you're not sitting outside with a pistol and alcohol and drunk. And are you going to try to kill him?
Yeah.
Are you going to try to go? Oh,
so yeah, and then she sees the bus and then she just screams and like starts screaming and then it just cuts, hard cut, and it's like...
And then back to the daughter.
Fuck?
And it goes to the daughter because she knew her mom lied about the phone call.
Yeah, well, so it cuts to the dinner with the family because the daughter wants the mom to meet the boyfriend.
Well, she won the award. She won National Honor
Society.
Some
bullshit.
So they went out for dinner. She brought her boyfriend so they could meet her parents.
And they're having a really good convo. The boyfriend and the dad are getting along. It's all cool. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's all mad cool. And then the daughter just ruins the whole conversation and starts asking about grandma.
Hi, did you talk to grandmother?
It's like your dad and boyfriend are fucking bonding, bitch.
She overdoes it. Like she's like, "Hey, did you talk to grandmother?"
Like she's already pissed. Like she knows what the answer is.
She says it like that. She's like, "Grandmother,
yeah.
grandmother." Like it's an 18th century fucking. She's running through the cobblestone streets.
Grandmother,
grandmama. Like what the fuck? Who calls her? Who says that? 2018. Like, did you talk to grandmother?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, you caught grandma. Like,
so this chick just like ruins this whole good combo, and then I guess Jamie Lee Curtis was waiting for.
She heard.
His grandmother comes in. Grandmother comes right in, and she's just tripping.
Sorry.
She picks up a full glass of wine and starts chugging. Like
I thought you quit drinking, Mom.
Yeah, mother. So.
You thought wrong, bitch.
Clearly not. She's chugging. She grabs the wine. She goes, "What is this?"
Yeah,
it's your wine. She took it from you, you idiot. The fuck.
So she sits down. She starts crying. Everyone's not happy. The daughter is a bitch.
Take her for a walk. As soon as she walked in, the dad's like, "Let's go for a walk."
Well, they're trying to get her out of the restaurant.
And then they're like, "Let's go." And then the daughter's like, "Let's go
for a walk." Like she's a dog. Like she's gonna go outside and take a shit in the fucking lawn.
Come on. You wanna go outside for a walk?
So so they leave the restaurant, and then the mom.
You excited my dog?
The mom is like talking to the daughter. And she's giving like flashbacks of like how she grew up, and it's like flashbacks of her like with guns.
She's like a 3 ninja. She's in there like
yeah.
boom, 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 blasting
I never
shit.
told
She's
you about my childhood.
Sorry, I'm a
fucking ninja.
I'm a Green Beret at the age of 9. Like I had fucking. She's doing marksman shooting, fighting. She goes, "Yeah, I was fighting. I was doing this, doing that."
I was
scared of the basement. There's a whole montage of her just being fucking. It's basically her as like Steven Seagal. Just whooping ass and killing shit.
But it's like the cheesy montage where it's
like a little blonde girl.
It's like the back, it's like the flashes of like I don't know. It's like a cheesy ass montage. She's sitting there with her daughter, like I never told you about this. She talks about it for 5 seconds and they leave. Like they never talk about it again. I never told you about this. Here's 5 seconds. Okay.
Jamie Lee Curtis gets freaked out and just runs straight to the highway and about to run across that shit like Frogger. She's about to Frogger that shit and get murked and like the fuck.
She's like, I was raised and trained to kill a potential serial killer that had 99% chance of not escaping.
Good thing you trained your whole family for this.
Alright,
and he still sucks.
Yeah. Alright, so it cuts to a kid and his dad. They're driving at night, and the little kid's talking about how he's missing dance class to go hunting with his dad and how he wants to pursue dancing. Super progressive.
Yeah, Dad, I just want to dance.
Yeah,
I don't want to throw that in there. I want to go to dance class.
Yeah.
Why?
So they almost run over people that are walking, and it's like the transport bus crash. Yeah,
like when the old they pull through.
Yeah, so the transport bus crash, and there's a bunch of patients walking around. So the dad hops out, and he's like, "I'll be right back," and he starts looking around.
To pull up on.
This was a pretty. I know this is a pretty creepy scene right here.
At that point, you're like, "Fuck."
Dude, I would have
just keep going.
And then
you would have
so
split?
like yeah. What? I would have slid out.
I would have literally, the kid would stop. I would have hit the gas and just gunned it straight through all of them. And just
so this was pretty sketch. Yeah, fuck Michael.
You don't know Michael's on it, though.
The little kid, hops out, and he has his gun because his dad's taking a long time.
Dad told him to call the cops.
So he's walking over there, and he sees the dead cop, and the cop's telling him to run.
He's not dead.
Whatever the fuck. And he goes into the bus, and he's looking at the bus, and then it's the doctor, and he jumps out, scares him. He goes, don't shoot! And the kid shoots him in the chest, and he runs, and then he gets back in the car, and then Michael,
the whip up
and then Michael kills him. I felt so bad.
Me too, but I thought it was awesome.
Me too, it was awesome.
I thought he was gonna kill the baby in the one scene.
His first on-screen kill.
And it
was like, bro, no mercy, just killed the child.
That's what's up. Little kid.
Yeah, I was like, this is gonna be good.
I thought he was gonna stab a baby in one scene when he goes into the house.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. So it was great.
And so then, boom, it cuts to the gas station, correct?
No, because it cuts to them at the cemetery.
No, then it's the officer. Then it's an officer, and he gets the call. The officer gets the call, and he goes out there by himself, and the cop finds the shot guy, and then the shot doctor,
which is Michael Myers' his doctor, who was a former student of Dr. Loomis, who was the original doctor from the first movie.
Yeah, and the doctor goes to the cop. The doctor goes to the cop. He's like, "Did he escape?" How the fuck is this guy gonna know who you're talking about,
just
motherfucker?
Walked up on this shit.
Yeah, did he escape?
That guy's folded, and that guy's neck's folded back.
Yeah.
That guy's cop's dead. There's a bunch
You don't
of missing...
see that part yet, but that part was awesome. Oh yeah,
no,
he walks up. Yeah.
So the kid's dad.
Yeah,
his neck was fucking.
That was awesome.
Oh, it was folded backwards. It was
like his head was touching his back. In between his shoulder blades, it was nasty.
It was awesome.
All right, so now they're at the cemetery.
Then it goes to the cemetery. They're walking with I guess the groundskeeper lady, and they're like, she's going on about some of the. I don't even know what city she's talking about. The other cemetery. Oh, it's got Bernie Mac and this guy and that guy and this one. They have all these celebrities in their cemetery. This is the only thing we have, and it says Judith. They walk up. It's Judith Myers' grave or whatever. So they're all sitting there doing it. The fucking grounds lady just look. You see a creepy looking behind a bush angle real quick. Then it shows the groundskeeper lady. She just sitting there with these journalists. Looks over to her left, and Michael Myers is just standing behind a tree.
Yeah,
he's not even behind a tree. The only thing that's covered is his face by a branch, and he's standing there in a hospital white uniform, just standing there. And she just looks at him, and then it cuts the scene.
He's a ghost.
And then the scene cuts. I'm like, why didn't this lady go tap him on the shoulder and be like, "Yo, is that guy the guy you're looking for?" He's kind of
be like, "What the fuck is that dude doing?" And they would look over and be like, "Hey, that gown looks familiar."
Yeah, we didn't just scream at him yesterday.
So then what? It goes to the
basically, we meet another cop, but that's not important. He's got a nice cowboy hat on. So now it goes to the gas station.
Oh yeah, fuck the cop.
Yeah, then the dude is pumping the gas. It's the podcast people. The dude is pumping the gas, and this woman is. And while he's pumping, the woman's going to the bathroom. And while this guy's pumping gas, there's a woman in a van staring at him, and he's just staring at her. And he puts the fucking peace sign up like Austin Powers in
very
he's like peace. Yeah, and it's the lamest thing.
The whole time in the background is Michael Myers just driving around behind him.
He is British, so I don't know how they do over there.
Every scene,
maybe that's a thing there. Where they just look so. Well, no, that's bad.
I know. We used to do that the whole time we were there. It was no, so fucking the whole time he's doing this gas station scene, Michael Myers is just driving circles around him, basically, because in the background, every cut is him driving behind the Bronco, him pulling up to the gas pump, and looking, and you can always see Michael Myers in the background.
Really?
Yeah, you
didn't see him?
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, he was in the background. He was always lurking around.
You see him pull to the gas station in the dad and the kid's Bronco, the black Bronco. So he's about to pump gas. So he's in the trunk. They show the girl walk in the store. He pulls up to a pump.
As you see the dude journalist looking at the chick, you see Michael Myers walk behind him
into the store. Yeah,
no, he doesn't go to the store. He goes into the garage.
Yeah, he goes in the shop, kills that guy, takes his uniform.
But you see him. You see
him in the back. You see
he goes. So she goes in asking for the loo. She goes in asking for the loo, the bathroom. And he's like, "Oh, it's over there." So as she's walking out, there's a window, and you see him just beating the shit out of the dude on the floor.
Yeah, and then he comes in with the gear.
So he takes his overalls.
Then he kills the guy inside. Yeah, you see all that. He's in the background. I'm like, the whole time. That's why the lady was looking, because she's looking behind him. Michael Myers is walking in the background inside in his uniform.
Oh,
that's I'm like, just like the other one, nobody sees this guy walking around broad fucking daylight. And
he's just that elusive.
First movie, he's driving around in the police wagon thing.
Yeah.
This one, he's in a hospital uniform, blood all over him and shit. Nobody. This guy's invisible. Nobody sees him. Not even when you're looking right at him.
Perfect. So, The lady goes to the bathroom. She sits down to take a wee, and then
I had to set that up.
She goes into the very last stall.
She goes through the other one's like, ooh.
Oh yeah, there's poo everywhere.
Disgusting.
Yeah, because you ladies are absolutely disgusting. I don't know what's wrong with you. So, she's taking a wee, and all you see is, Michael Myers kind of, busts through the door, and he starts walking in. He just kind of pans at his feet very slowly. Very, very slowly. He's walking closer and closer towards her stall. And then it cuts to the other dude who... he goes inside to pay for something, and he sees the cashier's head is down. He's like, what the fuck? Is he passed out? So he goes around to the office and he sees that his head is actually smashed in. His whole jaw is completely...
curb stomped him.
Yes.
What is this?
He grabbed his head, I guess, and just went straight to the corner of the desk, and his head just kind of broke in half type of shit. It was awesome. He's like, what the fuck? Then he turns around, then he sees a body just lying there in the garage, and a pool of blood around it with the hammer there, which was the mechanic, and he's there all naked and shit. So he's putting two and two together right now. He's like, what in the fuck? So he goes to, cuts back to the restroom, and he's busting through the doors to see if anybody's in the stalls, and he gets to the last one, and it's obviously locked, and she's like, oh, somebody's in here. And obviously he doesn't give a fuck. He's just
he stops and takes his
his feet are literally just there at the foot of the door.
One step to the side, stood there for a second, and then went right back.
Yeah, you can see him kind of creep in, trying to look through the crack of the door. It looked fucking creepy.
Yeah. He comes back. You see his hand go up over the stall,
and he drops the teeth from the
bloody teeth that he ripped. He literally probably grabbed that guy's jaw and just fucking ripped it.
Probably
or smashed it or something. 'Cause he just drops the cashier's teeth covered in blood all over the floor. So that's when she freaks out, and then he proceeds to kicks the door.
He starts to try to beat it through, and then the journalist comes from the outside, opens the door, and he comes in with a fucking crowbar. It's and then he realizes who it is. He's like, oh shit, it's fucking Michael.
He gets one solid hit on him, and then that's it. And then Mike just
gets his hands on him, and he just starts beating his head into the wall.
He smashed his face in the wall literally for probably a minute straight, and his head bashing.
Just nothing. Straight beating his shit in.
Like, this guy's not. He's deranged. He's massive, but. You're not Superman. You can't just take a crowbar to the face.
But they did say at the beginning of the movie, he's on a very nutritious diet, and he also exercises frequently. So they're trying to part up to he's got some fucking strength, and he's old. That old man's strength is real. I believe in that shit.
You can be the biggest bodybuilder or professional fighter. If someone walks up and just smacks you in the fucking head with a crowbar, I guarantee you're gonna drop.
I don't know if it hit him in the head, but he's a psychopath.
Did it? Good hit. It was the only good one. But so
well, maybe the journalist is a pussy and he can't fucking swing.
But so then Michael goes after he smashes the guy's face and he's basically dead, and then he goes to the woman and he grabs her neck and then he chokes her and kills her. And I was like, damn, I didn't think these people were gonna die. I thought they were gonna be main characters, and I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, they're already dead.
So I was like, nice. I was like, first his kid is dead. Now I'm like, okay, this movie is switching it up. I'm like, all right, I'm down. So I thought that was pretty good. So he kills them, and then he goes in their car, and he gets the mask in the trunk, and he puts the mask on, and now he's fucking complete.
Shuts the drunk, it's
yeah.
All fucking crazy, just standing out in the middle, broad daylight, jumpsuit on, Michael Myers mask, just murdered a bunch of people, but no one cares. They don't see him.
Yeah, so it cuts to Jamie Lee Curtis, and she's at her house, and she's listening to the news. And she has, so when she does this, she has an electric counter that moves, and it's a secret door to the basement. And I'm wondering, what does this woman do for work? How expensive was this? How expensive was this whole bunker?
The shit in her whole house was
right?
insane. Every room had an
What do you think? She's a crazy, deranged woman. You think she holds a good job?
She
what the fuck?
A marriage or kids.
That's what I'm saying. How does she pay for these?
Maybe pity money. People pay her. I don't know. She maybe gets money from the whole.
She sells survivor tips.
Yeah.
She's one of those people those bunkers and.
She's got to do something. I don't know. Maybe insurance, and she literally just dedicated every single penny of her earnings into that bunker style house.
A settlement or something from that whole.
Which I'm not gonna lie I thought it was pretty steezy. I would like to have land like that, and gate like that, and probably not the whole spotlights and everything like.
But it'd be cool to have a big property like that.
Or the. I thought the gates on the doors was a pretty cool idea.
Out, hit the door all right, clear room. Lock
I thought that was a cool idea. I'm not that paranoid, but that was pretty steezy.
Yeah, but So Jamie Lee Curtis now, after hearing the news,
prison bus.
Yeah, the next scene is like she's at her daughter's house and she sneaks in. She's like, oh my gosh, she's trying to tell her daughter and the husband.
She comes down the stairs, like her daughter's freaking out because the door's open. Husband comes in freaking out, and then all of a sudden she's like looking at the stairs for some reason, like ominously. Looking at it, and I know her fucking Jamie Lee Curtis just jumps down the stairs with a gun and puts on and goes, bam, bam. Gotcha, you're dead.
Yeah,
you have no security, none. So bitching at him, like
it's like, why would you lead with that?
Right?
Because then, like now, she doesn't even give them a chance to speak. I know
she bus crash. Get out of my house. Get out.
She doesn't even tell that. Like, oh, you should have started with Michael Myers' bus crashed. He escaped.
Michael Myers.
My biggest fear came true. Yeah. And it's like, but no, now you're
leads off with jokes, like a whack ass joke and all this
fucking
bullshit.
Doesn't make any sense.
Why would you say the bus crash? What bus? Like she has no idea. Just go. Michael Myers escaped. He's coming for here. Like back to like. Why would you? Yeah, and then she's like, okay.
I don't like it when they do that in movies.
So
it always
it's so dumb. It's a little setup.
So then it cuts to Michael Myers, and he's like walking. You know, now he's like outside roaming, and he's walking, and he walks into a woman's house. He grabs a hammer, and he bashes a woman's face in off screen. But the sound, I feel like, doesn't match up with what it looks like. It's like. It's like it's digging in, and she's just normal. Like fucked up. Yeah, like
normal head.
What if he turned the thing around?
It didn't look like it. It didn't even.
She was
look
literally
like
a full head,
she was perfectly
face,
fine.
And a puddle of blood on the
floor.
Like her skull would have been smashed.
Yeah, it didn't match like really. And then after that, he grabs the classic kitchen knife. So he grabs that, and then it cuts to the.
That was a great shot, by the way, as far as how it went all the way.
Yeah, that was nice. That was nice.
It came all the way out.
And then I thought this was funny. So it cuts to the granddaughter's friend, the blonde, and she's babysitting a kid. She's talking on the phone, and she starts giving like code words. She's talking to her friends. She's like Alakazam, and I'm laughing because back in the day, Alakazams, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then she's babysitting this little kid. And I think this is the best character in the whole movie.
Yeah, dude, that kid was so awesome.
And he's like, you mean I know that the Alakazam shit. He's like, I know you're talking about smoking weed with your friends and shit.
I would tell my mom.
Yeah, like it was so like he was funny as fuck.
I know you got smoke weed. And she's like, I'm gonna tell my mom. He's like, I'm gonna tell you about your browser history.
Yeah,
you won't.
No, you won't. He's like, all right, we ain't gonna say shit because we both can get each other in trouble. So like, yeah, instead I'm over here clipping my nasty ass toenail. It's so funny.
He's a funny kid.
That kid was hilarious.
It's great.
So then it cuts to it just cuts and the babysitter is like cleaning the classic giant chef knife, and I'm thinking, what the hell? You know damn well this bitch wasn't cooking anything with that shit.
You know she fucking dries it, but she wipes it like blade side, like
so like slices.
Yeah, so she was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna cut.
I know she wasn't cooking shit. What the hell you cleaning that for? Like you just had that there just to show for later. And then this is where I stop writing notes. This is where it got steezy though. Like it got steez. All right, so what happens next? I think the homie comes.
It cuts to the dance scene because she was at the dance. Remember?
Yes. Okay.
So it goes back to the
granddaughter at the dance.
She was already dancing, vibing. She's talking about the kid who's being fine and shit, dressed as Bonnie and Clyde. Goes back. She walks up. And he's drunk. Him and his friend are drunk. They show them swigging flasks and shit. Yeah. Then it goes back to him talking to some hot babe and like dressed as like a cheetah or fucking a lion or some shit.
And she kissed him and he took it.
Yeah. He sat there and let it ride, and then he turns around just perfectly and just like
she's staring at him.
Yeah, she dips. He chases her down. They hide in like the back room of every dance, even though every like what dance like teachers like kids just go into like closets and like go all types of shit like all over the school. So they go in a closet.
Yeah, they usually just put you in one room.
And
like
all the doors are locked. Yeah. Like you're not allowed to walk around the hallways and go to like janitors' fucking closets and shit. Mm. So the room had food and shit. It was weird.
Yeah, it was like a tiny little room with nachos.
Yeah, like a table, like shit. So then she's on her phone. Her phone rings, and it's her grandma trying to call to let her know that Michael Myers is coming to murder her.
The boyfriend is completely trying to deny this. And
he's
like, whatever you saw, it didn't happen. It's like, bro, it's
she whispered in my ear.
Man.
She's like, I watched you kiss her, but all right, whatever. So her phone goes off to her grandma. He takes her phone.
And he throws it in the cheese.
He throws it in a bowl of, like, nacho cheese. He's like, yeah, you gonna get
that or am I? What is it? What does that
mean?
And then she's like, she just starts laughing and, like, smiling a little bit and smirking and just turns down and walks away and leaves.
Like, you left your phone?
But why the fuck would you leave your phone?
I know.
Go rinse it off or something.
He's like, yeah, but what did that mean? Are you gonna get that or am I? That's not even a...
Because if I get it, then that means you're with me.
What the fuck is that? So kid's a loser. All right, I wish he got killed.
I know. And then we never see
his other homie.
That's right.
His homie gets killed.
We never hear from him again after this. It's done.
What a
why did the fat kid get killed and not him?
Because he tried to make a move. Hold on, let's get there. I know. So then, all right. So she leaves the dance. She's heated.
Then it cuts back to She's supposed to go to the girl's house after.
Yeah, so it's back to the babysitter.
Cuts to the girl, babysitter, her boyfriend shows.
The boyfriend stoner
scares the shit out of her, comes in, they're in the house fucking starting to drink or whatever. And you notice at one part she's like, he said, I don't know what the fuck he said. He said something funny as shit. She's like, oh, you're so getting dry fucked tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what?
I forgot what he said, though.
He said some stupid shit. He's like, oh, you're so getting dry fucked.
Oh, he got a tattoo.
Oh, it's like
my God.
18.
Yeah, he's like, this kid is gonna be... I know, and I was like, oh, foreshadowing.
You're not, and you're not.
So then I think she puts the kid...
The rest of their lives was 20 minutes.
So that's essentially the date that he died. He got a tattoo on his fucking shoulder.
Because it zoomed in on it later on.
Yeah, because it didn't show it there. But so then she's putting the little kid to bed. You know, he's a little nervous. So he's classic, like, looking around. He's scared, thinks the boogeyman's there. And then...
It's door cracked.
Yeah, so, when he wants the door cracked. And then the girl and the boyfriend are, like, hooking up now. They're, like, making out. And then the girl hears something, and she wants the boyfriend to go check it, right? Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
So then... that happens, and it's the kid. He pops out. He jumps down. And he's like, "Yo, there's someone. I saw the boogeyman." He was like,
standing in the hallway.
He's in the hallway staring at me. He's like, you want to go check it out?" And then it was funny because then he's like, "No, send Dave up there first."
The girl's like, "I'll go check." He's like, "No, send him first."
Yeah.
The whole part where they're in the bedroom.
That was fucking awesome.
Because she psyched him before. She's like, "Yeah, you're like maybe like number 8 and number 9 of the favorite kids I babysit at 10." And then before she left the room, she's like, "You're number 1." He's like, "I like you too." Like, so they had like a little bonding moment. And then,
I wanted this chick to live too, because like, she was fucking hot too.
Yeah, so the kid was like, the kid obviously likes her and shit. So she's like, "I'll go check. I can protect you." She's like, "I'm strong too. I'm strong." And then the kid's like, "Nah, fuck that." She goes, "Send Dave." Like he's like already knows like he's a dick. Like he already commented like, "Yo." He's like, "Yeah, send Dave." Then she goes up.
But this part was steezy.
So
that's what I'm saying. So it was like a good double, like a psych, then double psych. So she goes into the room and she's checking everything, and then
you don't see her.
You don't see her. She goes out of frame and she's like, "Oh, excuse me, sir. Can you get out of here?" And she starts like playing like, "Please leave." And then she jumps out and she scares him and she's like, "No, there's nobody there." You know what I mean? And then so the little kid walks in. He's like, "All right." He's like, "Can you close the closet door?" And she goes over there and she starts trying to close the closet door and it's not closing. And then she opens it and fucking Michael pops out, fucking slices her once, and then the fucking little homie runs out.
He's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, he's like, "Oh shit!" Yeah, and then he just slides, and then bro, this is good.
She's like, "Run!"
He runs down, and then she's like crawling to the stairs, and he runs back up.
Slips on the fucking
she slips
wood floor
on
because she had socks on.
Yeah,
and then of course she slips.
He runs back up, and then she's like, "Fucking run!" And then Michael Myers grabs her by the foot, drags her into the room.
Literally fingernails, scraping the ground.
I'm thinking that she's gonna get away, and then he fucking winds up and
screaming.
Boom,
the kid,
stabs him like 3 times.
Her boyfriend's outside smoking a joint.
And he started up a random person's motorcycle.
I know.
Like, the shit out of it.
Does that?
Where were the keys? Why were they just there?
They were sitting in the ignition.
Why?
Sometimes people do that.
But yeah, he goes into the garage.
It's dumb.
It's a separate garage from the house. So he's out in the garage. He's like, "Oh, motorcycle." Gets on it. It's late as shit.
Decides to start
it up and just
like
rev
it's
it.
No fucking problem.
Just revving the fuck out of it.
Nobody does that.
And then he just stands up.
Sitting on it would have been fine.
Yeah,
but he actually started the bitch up.
So he revs it up, does all the shit loud as fuck. So he just stands up and gets off of it. And it just falls in the ground. He's like, "Oh, fuck." This kid's annihilated after one beer and then smoking a joint.
So he turns it off, and then he finally hears the girlfriend screaming.
Yeah.
And so he goes in the house, he hears her screaming still, and then the screaming stop. And he's like, "Fuck this." And then he grabs a knife.
The little kid runs past him. He's like, "You gonna go up there? You're gonna die." He's like, that's when he runs out and he hears her screaming.
Oh, that's what he said?
He's like, "If you go up there, Dave, you're gonna die." And he's like... And he hears no more screaming. He's like, "Fuck this!" Grabs the kitchen knife that they zoomed in on before.
Yeah.
And then he dips out.
And then it cuts.
And
we don't know what happens.
Until later.
So where does it cut?
Cuts like the cops. Oh, he gets a call. Oh, domestic disturbance.
Domestic disturbance. Yeah. So the cop shows up. He's like peeking out through the house, going in and out, going to the kitchen, and he goes into the living room near the stairs, and he finds the boyfriend there. An ode to the original movie. He's got a butcher knife. He's got a butcher knife belly to the wall, lifted up.
It's just ridiculous.
With the knife through his neck instead of his torso this time, and it's actually suspending him in the air, which physically wouldn't be possible at all.
Yeah.
But it is an ode to the original, and I thought it was really cool.
That's when they zoom in on his shoulder and see his nice
tattoo.
His tattoo is the date 10/31/2018.
Then he's creeping up the stairs ever so, slowly, and I was getting anxiety at this point. I was expecting the fucking cop to pop out, or the Michael Myers to pop out of nowhere, like behind him. Mm. Then he goes into the little kid's bedroom, and there's a body sitting there in the chair with a sheet,
like a ghost,
a ghost sheet
would just do holes
draped
out
over
on the
that
body, blood all over it.
And that's also an ode to the first movie as well.
When he was standing there watching the girl when he had the
boyfriend,
when he got the bone.
And so he's going ever so slowly, thinking that it could be Michael or it could be the a dead kid, which is the chick, and lo and behold, it is the chick. She's mauled and mutilated.
But it's okay, so this thing, and I'm thinking is, imagine Michael Myers just setting that whole thing up. He's just sitting there, dragging it up, puts it over.
Since the beginning, he's always like set people up. Remember, he carried the kids to the other houses. And
but I want to get to something later that really
is he gets one.
No, he kind of, But okay, so let's go past it then. So what happens next?
What else happens?
So then, Laurie Strode pulls up to the house, and she is looking in front of the house. She pulls up and she comes outside with the gun and she's like yelling at the kids in the street. Everybody go inside! Everybody go inside!
Yeah, she's just waving a gun around.
Freaking out. All the kids are scared as shit and they're running to their house. But, I mean, it's a sketchy tactic, but it worked. The kids went into their houses. Yeah. And then she's looking at the house of the call and she sees the cop in one bedroom. And then she looks in the other bedroom and she sees a mirror. And Michael Myers is in the reflection.
Yeah. Did he plan this? Like, how stupid was that?
Perfect angle.
He's like, if someone comes up and they see me, I'm going to stand here.
How do you know she's going to come up that side of the house?
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
How do you know she's going to come after you anyway?
Yeah, and...
you just stand there waiting?
She turns around and shoots him, which... She shoots him for not a reason of being, I think, of not trying to kill him, but to warn the other dude. No. Like, hey, she's shooting in the house.
Even though his face
how would she know it was a mirror?
His face was a little distorted.
It looked like a mirror, just the little frame.
It was like distorted, like his face. Like
I knew it was a mirror immediately.
But it just came from that scene of her like marksman shooting mannequins like 2 minutes before that. So it's like you're like, oh, she's about to clip this dude in the head. Boom, shoots it. It's a mirror shatters. Yeah. He runs down the hallway and the cop sees Michael run through the hallway. He shoots, doesn't get him because all these people train forever to shoot and they can't hit a fucking massive 6'8" dude. He's 90 years old. And
she got a headshot where she shot in that mirror.
She blew his hand up, and then she would have.
Well, that was later. All right. So he's trying to leave the house, and the cop's like, Michael, and then he misses him.
21, 40 years ago. So he's 61.
No, he wasn't. Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. So he's like leaving the house. Laurie sees him, and Laurie Strode shoots him in the arm. And then he passes a corner, and boom, he's fucking gone. You don't see him anymore.
Typical Michael Myers.
And then the cop, just comes up to a lady who's freaking out, who obviously just shot a gun because nobody else around in the area shot a gun, and just fucking scares her.
Yeah.
She's pistol whips him.
And, she turns around and fucking locks him in the face.
Shoot him in the fucking face. You guys are idiots. Where did you get trained, motherfucker?
He knows her before that because he was the cop who apprehended her.
Nah, yeah. Okay, so
I feel like we should have watched some of the other ones to really see where he gets caught.
Nah, fuck that. What's the next thing?
Because we never see when he gets. It's in another movie when he gets caught, right? Or they don't ever show.
This is essentially the sequel to the original.
They talk about it like is there a Halloween where he actually gets caught?
It doesn't. It's only the first one and this one. Every other Halloween doesn't matter.
All right. So go on. What happens next?
So
they're outside. Cops are all there. Remember, all the other cops show up and they're talking like, "We don't need you here anymore." She's like, I've been praying every single night for him to escape, and this.
Like, why would you do that?
Why would you do that? Like, what's wrong with you?
It's like, so I can kill him, and then he goes, "Well, that was a stupid thing to pray for." It's like all these fucking people have died because you got your fucking wish.
Now your granddaughter's friends are all dead.
Yeah. All right, so it cuts to what? No. So she leaves.
Then, my next thing is. It's the girl walking back from the dance.
Oh, so her and the friend.
Yeah, her and the friend walking back from the dance in the middle of the street. And they're just kind of walking, and you can
starts talking.
You can get the vibe that he wants.
I remember like when that happens, I was like,
"Oh, he's such a good girl. You don't deserve."
Yeah. I was like, "Oh,
you deserve better than that. You deserve so much better than that."
Yeah, she just broke up with.
And that kid was ugly.
Yeah, and that kid was ugly.
He was disgusting.
So this kid is disgusting.
So then they're like walking through the middle of the streets.
Holy fuck. I even wrote here. Like,
for some reason.
Hold on. Where does it say? It's like, kid is fucking ugly as shit. Right. Here, third wheel dude is gross as fuck.
For some reason, nobody trick-or-treats in that whole town except for her street. Because they're all walking there and there's nobody anywhere in the town until they get to their
you don't know what time it is. And it was also a school night.
But at the same time, there was kids trick-or-treating on her street that Jamie Lee Curtis was waving fucking guns
Well,
at.
those kids are fucking rebels. I don't know what to tell you.
So they're walking, he's like, yo, I got a shortcut.
Yeah.
So they go through the shortcut.
It's literally the worst shortcut. Hop a fence, It's literally hop a spiked fucking metal iron fence.
And then he starts getting really close to this time and starts.
And she's like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "You deserve better." Like I thought. And then
he tries to kiss her.
And then he goes tries to kiss him, and she completely rejects him. Throws.
Whoa, son of a bitch!
She's like, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
It's like, "But you're not with my best friend anymore. Now I can, try to make out with you."
She goes, "Yeah, I'm not with him. Doesn't mean I want you."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Don't tell him, please."
I didn't think she was a bitch. I thought that was straight at all.
Yeah,
what?
That's fine. That was
funny. Like, just because I broke up with your friend, now you think this is your chance to try to make out with me?
Like, I don't want you.
I mean, I feel bad for him.
Then he's like talking about it, and then she's like,
I'm drunk, this and that, and
like,
yada yada.
I'm out. She dips. She goes the other side.
And he's kind of sitting there on the floor, all defeated.
He's like, "I'm sorry. I'm like drunk and horny. All those girls are dancing on me." He's like, now I'm all chubbed up.
Yeah. He starts saying some dumbass shit.
I'm all chubbed up.
But yes, he's just sitting in the lawn now, drunk, talking to himself, and then
a bunch of beers fall to his pocket.
And then he like sees somebody in the corner, and the fucking shadows.
There's
like
nothing.
All right, Mr. Milligan. He's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to trespass." And he starts rambling off about it. I'm like, "Oh, sorry, man." He's like, "Oh, you're being really sketchy and shit and stuff like that." It's because then
the lights go out.
That was motion light. That was steezy.
The motion lights. So the motion lights came on and it kind of lit up the whole lawn and whatever. And he's talking to him, and then they're not moving, so they shut off. And so he gets up and he kind of triggers it again and shuts on. And Michael's a bit closer, and he's like, "Whoa!" He's like, "Why are you being all weird and sketchy? What's wrong with you?" He's like, "I'm gonna leave. I'm leaving your lawn right now." And then shuts off again. He
starts spinning around.
And then he's like, "What the fuck?" And it turns on. And you just see Michael. Boom! He slashes at him.
So close to him, and then it
he's
shut
like,
off.
"What the fuck?"
Fuck, dude,
So he starts running and shit towards the gate and trying to hop it and shit, but his cape is caught on the spike at the bottom, and he can't get up.
Following it.
So he's yelling and screaming, and the granddaughter, Lindsay?
I don't know her name.
Allison's like turning around, looking all like, "Oh, he's screaming. I don't know. Should I go help him?" Or
she's like,
I don't know if he's serious or not.
He's being an idiot right
and
now.
he's screaming, and all of a sudden the scream stops. He gets stabbed in the back. Boom. He immediately shuts up. And he falls there. I don't know if he falls there or Michael just grabs his head and just kind of slams it through.
And he stabs him.
And the spike in the gate goes up under his chin, through his jaw, and out his mouth. So that looked pretty fucking awesome.
That's when the girl runs up.
She comes up, finds her friend just like this. She's like, "What in the fuck?" She's all freaking out, like all scared.
Come back on, boom.
And then you see him right behind. And then boom, just scream of bloody murder. And just freaking out.
She dips.
Imagine that as her grandmother survived all these fucking, and all these stories.
She's crazy, blah, blah, blah.
And all that like this. You find your friend dead, and that dude, it's like, holy shit, the legend is real, run.
It skipped a generation.
Oh my God.
Went to her.
When that happened, I was like, it was
steezy
reveal.
It's so dumb to go to the first house because you're wasting so much time just to stop at the first one. Book it as fast as you can, like really fucking far, then start banging.
Because he only walks.
Get some distance,
But the first house.
First house she didn't. Nobody came.
Yes, they did.
No, she goes to one house right there. Nobody, and then she turns the corner.
Oh, then she goes to the second one.
Yeah, right on the corner right there.
Okay.
But she's right. Fucking 3 houses down from him. Why would you stop there? It's like, hey guys, there's a guy right
inside.
there. He murdered my friend. He's coming right now. Why would you get She's obviously a fucking high school kid. I'm pretty sure she can run faster than a 61-year-old fucking deranged lunatic.
Well, I mean,
there's
a lot of houses around in the neighborhoods with a high probability of having guns or
gap
something.
some distance from him and then start fucking hitting houses. Like zigzag something, dude. Don't stop the first place.
But she gets to a house and essentially she's safe. The people open up and then they let her in and they call the cops and whatever. The cops come and
doctor comes, weird doctor dude.
The doctor comes and he's traveling with the cop now. Like they went to the other house and they found the bodies and
because he tells that guy plays in the movie Road Trip with Tom Green.
Which one? Which guy?
The cowboy hat black cop dude.
Oh, he's in a...
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was in the frat.
He's like, he's always like...
Oh, that's why he looks so familiar.
Yeah. He's that guy, yeah.
He did look familiar.
Yeah. He's in
the beginning when they first got to the first murder scene, when...
That's probably how we got the dick.
Jamie Lee Curtis and all them were like, we don't need you anymore. And he brings a doctor and he's like, we need to bring him. He's like, why am I bringing crazy doctor civilian on, like, searching for a killer, like, blah, blah, blah. The sheriff didn't want him along with him, but the other guy told him he had to. So that's when he shows up with the doctor to see the granddaughter. Starts talking, blah blah blah.
And then Laurie Strode comes up, and then the doctor like comes his pants.
Yeah, he's like, oh my god!
Like you see his pants actually get a little destroyed.
No, that was the other one. He did that when he met her at the first scene. Because
this is where he meets you. Because that's right. Yeah, that's right. They were looking for the granddaughter.
Yeah, we're gonna take you back.
That's right.
So then, like, we're gonna take you back. Sheriff, doctor, getting in the car, and put the girl in the backseat of the cop car, so she's like locked in the cage. They ride out. And then,
and they go driving around searching for Michael.
Yeah,
Michael's just walking around and like all nonchalant.
Like, keep your eyes out. Yeah, keep your eyes out.
Nobody sees her. Nobody sees him except the girl.
Boom, they drive by. Yeah, they drive by and she's got her eyes out. Boom, she spots him. It's like, boom, there he is. And the cop's like, all right, hold on.
Yeah, because I'm like, they better run him over.
He goes straight up and boom, he fucking hits him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No, I don't think he hit him that fast. He probably hit him at like 30.
Yeah, probably 30.
You probably hit him at 30 miles an hour or something like that. He went face first on the hood, and then
he's in a big SUV. Like
he flies about maybe 10, 15 yards. And then he gets out, and then the doctor's like, don't kill him. You stay to the property. Do not kill him. And the cop was like, I want to pop this motherfucker in the face. I was like, hell yeah, this cop is awesome.
He saved them the first time. He saved it from the first
Exactly.
He was the first responder. He was the first cop to respond.
The doctor got there, wanted to kill him, and he said, no, you can't. He stopped them. So now it's like, he's like, fuck this, I'm getting rid of him. He's like, I'm going to blow his fucking brains out. And he's like, no. He's like, checking his pulse. He's dead.
So he takes out this thing that you kind of think is a pen, but boom, it turns out to be a fucking knife, a little shank, and he turns around and he fucking kills the sheriff right in the jugular. I did not see that coming at all.
Remember before he's like, I want to know what he feels like to murder, what the feeling is, and he's like,
and he just goes boom.
The cop's
I'm like,
laying on the ground. The girl's watching this shit happen. The girl's locked in the car. Yeah. This doctor stabs his sheriff in the fucking jugular. He falls.
Real.
Blood's fucking just fucking squirting down this guy's neck, and then he looks over and starts fucking caressing Michael's face.
Yeah, he's like wants to touch his dick and stuff.
He's like starts rubbing his mask and like putting it in the eye holes.
So weird.
Starts putting the eye holes and he takes the mask off.
I mean, he puts it on and then he gets up.
He looks at Michael's body and goes, "That's how it feels." Puts it on and just pops up and stares at the girl in the car. Super sketch.
When that happened, I'm not gonna lie, I felt extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was weird.
I was like, what the fuck? This took a weird turn.
So he already got shot in his arm.
But I guess in a good way, because that's what they were going for.
His arm's strapped up like this because he got shot, right? He's fucking 5 foot something, short as fuck compared to Michael. How did he throw him in the backseat?
I know, it was so easy. He just dragged him and throws him in. Like,
get out of the way, my friend.
Yeah.
Throws him in, gets in. The guy's
dead weight.
Dead weight, literally. Like, you think he's dead.
I don't think Michael's 6'8", but he's definitely 6 plus.
He's like 6'4", 6'5", probably. 200-something pound dude.
Maybe. Yeah.
That little dude with one arm.
He doesn't look that big either, but
he threw him in there. One arm.
Throws him in the back with the girl,
he's strong.
and then the guy's driving. Yeah, I thought this was great, and this happened.
And they started talking.
So yeah, they start talking, going back and forth, and the girl is trying to figure out how to leave, how to get out.
He's like, he spoke to me. He's like, what? He's like, he spoke to me. Let me out, and I will tell you what he told me. And he finally stops. He turns around, and is like, what did he tell you? And then she looks down. The mask isn't on the seat anymore.
His hand moves.
His hand moves. You look up, and his mask is he's already wearing it.
Eyes on.
Yeah,
and you're like, did you not see him put that on?
Oh, shit. The doctor realizes. He's like, oh, hi, Michael. And then Michael just fucking puts his feet up and just crushes, like, the gate, or whatever, the fence, and just crushes the doctor in the front. Just brutal. Just bam, bam. Awesome. It was awesome.
So
like ripped everything off the hinges.
Remember how her grandma lived like kind of far from where they lived? Like she lived out in the middle of nowhere and everything. So how they get in a car with Michael and put him in there, and like 2 seconds later he wakes up and they're fucking on the street, the dirt road out in the woods. Remember?
Yeah, movie magic. They just cut it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then like that's happening, and then this happens right in like 100 yards in front of like another cop.
Her grandma's gate.
Yeah, they just kind of stop.
They're blocking the gate to like for protection. So they're like, oh look, it's fucking what's his name? Hawkins.
So he drags the body out, and then he pulls him to the back, and then he kind of looks up and
sneaks out.
The doctor looks up, and Michael's just kind of like staring at him down.
And my god!
And then he's like, just say something. And then Michael just lifts up his boot and just boom!
And his head explodes. One stop and his head just fucking explodes.
He destroyed
brains everywhere.
Is that how it works?
I guess so.
I don't know. Should we
Michael
go outside and try it? But
you can, it's gonna take a while.
And that happens, and then Allison finally escapes the vehicle.
Yeah, and she just sprints.
She just sprints and hauls ass into the woods and starts booking
it.
The
other cops drive down the street.
They realize that it's
sandwich conversation.
Yeah, they realize that it's the sheriff's car, so they're trying to call him, and he's not responding. So then they go and try to see what's up. They go, guns out. Obviously, it looks sketchy as fuck. One door open. They go around and they come across. They go around. They come across the body of the doctor, and they're like, "Holy shit! What in the fuck?" And then the camera cuts, and Michael's on the other side where their cars.
Yeah, how did he get over there?
He's a fucking wizard.
He's like, what the fuck?
He's a Houdini.
He's invisible.
Yeah. And then, so then it cuts to the granddaughter Allison again, running through the woods, trying to find her grandmother's house.
Did they show those cops yet?
No.
He doesn't kill him?
Oh, he does.
Not
he
yet.
Oh, we don't, yeah.
So then it cuts to Lori is in the house with her daughter and her son-in-law, and they're like, all right, let's get this shit. So the daughter goes straight. She opens up the magic button, which the island countertop kind of twist and turn at like a 90-degree angle, which opens up a stairwell to the basement. Which turns out to be like this little hidden bunker with fucking weapons and everything you really need, food and everything you really need. Like it's kind of like essentially it's a panic room.
Yeah.
So they go down there and she brings in the husband. He's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And he's like, "What is this?" And she's like, "This is my childhood." And
So I don't like that actress in any movie.
Really?
I don't like her ever.
She looked the part. Like she looked like she could be the daughter or whatnot.
She's in a bunch of shit. I just never like her. She's a weird looking.
And then so they go down there. Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis would just hand the guns out.
She opens up this locker or whatever. Pick your poison.
This one's accuracy.
Power.
I'm like,
I like this one.
No, this is a revolver. They never jam.
Yeah. She's like, pick whatever you want. Pick your poison. I like revolvers. They never jam. Pick your poison. She hands out 2 seconds later. She passes them out. This one's for accuracy.
And this one's for accuracy and gives it to her daughter. And then this one's tactical.
Yeah.
And she brings out this
pump shotgun.
But
why do they only go the whole time? Like they're fighting in the house and they literally take long-barreled snipers, like literally bolt-action rifles with a scope on it to shoot a guy in your bedroom.
Really?
I don't know. That's really stupid. Anyways,
if it's tactical, you take a shotgun or a pistol. It's shorter. You can go around the room. You don't take a fucking hunting rifle where you're like this with a scope. Like, where is he?
Yeah.
In the dark, you can't. The scope's not gonna do shit. Why would you?
So then it cuts to the son-in-law. He's just chilling with a yo-yo or whatever next to the security cameras, and then he sees that the cop car is pulled up in front of the house, and he's like, okay, what the fuck? Maybe they have some news about my daughter. So he opens up the door and he goes outside. He's like, hey, any news? No response. The cop car is just chilling, engines lights on, not flashing, but like you see the headlights and the brake lights went out. And he's like, what the fuck? All right, I go closer. You guys have any news about my daughter? What's up? And then he goes up to the window.
Hello?
He doesn't realize anything, and then he opens up the window, and then he sees one cop dead sitting in there in the driver's seat with a knife in his head, and his throat is cut and all mashed up. In his lap is the other cop's head with a flashlight. It's like... The head is cut off. He decapitated him.
What?
He decapitated him. And they got a flashlight underneath, so it looks like his fucking head is like this glowing lantern type of thing. It was fucking awesome. It was so cool. And he turns around.
I lost the game, by the way.
I lost the game. But then,
and he's backing up, freaking out. I was like, what the fuck? And then Michael just comes up.
Because they did that weird for the wind chime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he grabbed.
They showed
is that what he did?
For a second when he walked down the stairs.
I didn't see that part.
Next thing is Michael holding the rusty wind chime.
He grabbed it and he strangled him with it, and then he essentially breaks his neck.
Yeah. But how did Michael get that dead person in the thing to drive up and stop?
Then stop right there. That's
how does that mechanics of that work?
That's what I thought.
He was, I guess, when he drove it up.
He probably drove up.
He slinked out of shotgun and rolled out.
He rolled out the side and he did it with the cops.
The time where he had walked out was the time where the son-in-law, I guess, went for the door. Yeah.
Just like he did with the cops 2 feet down the road.
His awareness is unparalleled.
He sets shit up and then sneaks around and you don't even notice because he's so stealth.
So he kills him. So the dad's dead.
And at that point, she charged Jamie Lee Curtis up.
As he's doing that, he shoots the gun. So Jamie Lee Curtis, what the fuck?
Revolver.
And also, what was really cool
sees him perfectly.
During that scene, it was cutting back and forth. Laurie Strode was talking to her daughter, and they had this dollhouse that was sitting and chilling in the corner of the room. That dollhouse was actually a replica of the original house from the first movie. I thought that was fucking awesome.
Looked at it all
I thought that was really cool. So you hear the gunshot. And she's like alert.
Perfect eye contact with Michael Myers sitting down.
And she goes straight to the front door and locks it up.
But didn't put the cage on.
It's like she didn't think of everything. Like then this is like the simplest thing, and she gets destroyed.
Well, no, because she walked outside, opened the cage, and then she goes to the window, sees him. She's like, "I'll close the door, put the thing on as fast as you possibly can."
She went around the house, checked everything. But before the cop car pulled up, they show the front door, and the cage is open. It's just the normal door.
Because they were going in and out.
Yeah, because the cops were sitting at the gate outside. Yeah. They left the front gate open as well, which is stupid.
Well, they were chilling there.
They should put the cops there and shut the gates.
Well, that doesn't matter. It doesn't mean Michael Myers can jump over that fucking fence.
So the door was open already. Then the husband goes out. So she runs and locks the normal door, but it's still glass windows and everything. She tells her daughter to go downstairs.
Go to the room. Yeah, go to the room. Go to the room.
She's like, I got this. Fucking 2 seconds in.
Boom. Bust through the windows on the door.
So up against the door, holding herself against the door. The only part of your house that's exposed with glass windows.
As tactical as she is, she's going to have a front door with glass on it.
Buttons on every room door. You have fucking cages and this and that and a fucking secret room. You fucking stand in front of the only piece of glass that he can reach in. He comes in both windows.
But that was good for the film, though.
Yeah, but it was nice. He started smashing her face against the door. That was awesome.
Holds her in the air, choking her to fucking death. She's about to die. The daughter's downstairs like, fuck, my mom's dying. I can hear her. Fucking
turns the shotgun around and just boom, blows his hand. So he loses his left ring finger and his left pinky finger. Just blows him clean off.
So he drops her, she dips.
And she, this is one of the many times that they don't just stay there and just shoot them again. She runs for some reason. Yeah, they run away. So she runs away, and I think she runs downstairs to meet up with her, to meet up with their daughter. And she's like,
there for 2 seconds.
They're down there for 2 seconds. She's like, I gotta go back up and finish this. She goes right back up, and then,
with the rifle.
So then she's with the rifle, and she's walking around, and, Michael Myers is gone. And then she's
like
walking.
Blood trails.
There's blood trails to go upstairs. So she's going upstairs, and she cuts the lights off. For some reason.
So
the lights.
Like, how does that give you an advantage anyway?
So the lights were off, so she's going from room to room looking around, and she's like sketching. I'm like, turn the fucking lights on! What the fuck?
It helps you as an advantage.
So she goes to she clears a room and then hits the door and they get shut. So that's what she's doing.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah. So she goes to room, nothing, and she goes to the mannequin room. She goes and then. There he is. He's there. Whatever, right? They battle.
She looks at the room like 30 times and keeps staring at the mannequins forever.
All they do is turn the light on.
No, she goes to the closet because every room has like little closets. Yeah. She thinks he's in there because that's where he likes to hide in closets.
Yeah.
So she goes to this one. She's like, oh, this is the last room. He has to be in this closet. Fucking hits the door. The doors fly off and everything, and it's the fucking
the stepdad.
Oh yeah,
it's the dad. She's all pulled up with the bells around.
He got the body somehow and put him all the way to the second floor in the closet.
Folded him up and put him in a
closet. Jamie Lee Curtis they were at the door, blows his hand off. She goes downstairs, talks to her daughter, then goes right back upstairs.
He went outside. He grabbed the body. And then they watched on the cameras of him unlocking the door. Remember, he reaches there and takes the ball off and unlocks it. So from the time she ran downstairs, grabbed the rifle, and he unlocked the door, he grabbed the body, ran upstairs,
and put it there,
folded him up in nice off like a towel, and then put him in the the goddamn closet.
But I thought that was so fucking stupid.
And she backs up and she's looking at all these fucking mannequins, she's stupid as fuck for not fucking turning the lights on. This is really dumb. And obviously, and of course, he pops out of nowhere and he fucking he starts battling her with the gun and shit. And then, what?
It said 4:25. It's 5:30.
Oh, I don't know. Refresh it.
I did.
All right. So what part are we at? So she's fighting Michael.
She's fighting Michael, and then what happens after that?
She's fighting Michael. After that, she gets thrown out.
Oh yeah.
She
gets
out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So in the first movie, Michael gets thrown off the roof and whatever. And in this movie, she got thrown off the roof and she's like falling on the ground or whatever.
7-year-old woman.
Yeah. And then Allison, the granddaughter, comes and shows up and opens the front door and just starts yelling, "Mom!
Mother!
Grandmother!
Mother!
Mother! Grandmother!" And obviously you see fucking Michael just turn around and be like, "Ooh, alright, you're my next one." Yeah. So, and then he looks back over And Jamie Lee Curtis pulls a Michael Myers and just disappears.
I just imagine a 7-year-old woman laying down there dead, then just going like...
They're both old.
You know what I mean? Like
she's like looking over just with the one eye open.
And because Michael Myers hears the daughter scream for the mom, and he like turns around, and then like she probably was like looking up like, wait for it, mother.
Gun, and she books it. So she books it, and Michael Myers goes back downstairs, and the mother opens up the thing and lets the daughter in. They close it, and Michael is coming closer and closer, and he's onto it. He knows how to get down there.
Somehow.
Yeah, so he starts fucking with the island centerpiece, trying to rip it off and going in the direction that would work, and then he goes in one direction, and then he just starts pushing and beating and pushing, and then finally it gives, and he breaks it wide open. Dude, and in the meantime, the mother is like all just like reluctant and scared and this and that, just like... Yeah, screaming for her mom, and she finally sees the gun, and she looks at it all reluctantly for some reason. It's like, fuck, now I have to use this gun. Now I have to use this gun to save my daughter's life and my own. Yeah. Fuck!
And she's bitching.
Yeah,
Mom, I can't do it.
She's like, I can't do it, this and that. Turns out to be a psych. Michael pops up, is like, gotcha, bitch. And then she fucking pulls the trigger and shoots him at the side of his face. It grazed him, and then you just see like the
Jamie Lee Curtis,
pop up from the shadows.
Oh my god, that was so
with a knife,
Michael,
and with a knife from behind, and just bam, straight stabs him right in the fucking back.
That was so lame.
Beats him, and then he finally falls down into the cellar. Or the basement.
They just started shooting him.
And then the daughter and Allison
just
light him up.
Bullet.
Daughter and Allison, they're like, oh shit, hurry, let's go. So they're booking it up the stairs. They should have, I don't know, fucking
soup. 40 guns there and thousands of rounds of ammunition. Just shoot them until there's nothing
all
left.
The clips
so there's nothing, so mush. Just mush on the floor and they go, alright.
You have to blow up your house.
Because that
insurance is going to cover that.
Because that plays into the next part. So, they're running up the stairs. The granddaughter first gets up. The daughter comes, and just at the end, boom, he snaps her foot, and they're fighting. Oh, let him go, let him go. And they're fighting, and they finally get loose.
Oh, yeah, the daughter
grabs the kitchen knife.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
She sees it there and
Allison grabs the kitchen knife and then stabs Michael right in the arm, and he lets go finally, and puts it back. Falls down the stairs, and then the mother goes, "There's something like this wasn't a what did she say? It wasn't a safe house."
Oh, she goes, it
wasn't a cage.
Oh, it wasn't a cage.
It was a cage. Like they caged her in her whole life.
She's like, it was a trap. And then boom, hit a button, and then these fucking pressurized spikes just come up and boom, block the air.
But if it was a trap, why did you have food down there?
To psych him out.
Because hey, you trap him in there and he could let him live for a long time.
It doubled as a trap / doomsday.
It was like for every option, each time she'd win.
So either Michael escapes or zombies rise. One or the other. I'm prepared.
He can survive down there and he's stuck on the outside, or he gets stuck down there and we just murder him down there. It's like it's the same.
So she.
How funny would it be if he's just like, fuck, and he just went like to the side, he didn't see him, he just came back with all the guns, he just started shooting.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious.
It murks all of them and then they all die. And he just gets
it's like, at least I got you. So then, apparently,
just shoot him while he's standing there in the cage, looking at him like, just shoot him in the face.
Yeah.
Apparently, that room and the whole house was actually rigged to blow.
Every room has a gas pipe with a fucking
with
an electric iron,
with electric iron. And so
soldering iron.
So that turns on, and the gas just keeps going, and then
they stay there the whole time. By the way,
there's no windows. So there's
don't you gotta leave
for real?
The whole bottom
run, bitch! That shit's catching on fire.
They show every room engulfing in flames, and they're just
it's gonna happen quick.
Shoot him.
They're like, Grandma, look, and then they all walk away, and you never actually see Michael die.
Yeah, I don't think because then it cuts back and he's gone.
Yeah. They leave it open to interpretation.
And I'm like, well, that's a fucking open-ended death right there. And so it's like, oh, this is supposed to be the final one. She finally kills him. Sweet. Hey, we'll see you guys in another fucking 20-something 5 years, and we'll play the next podcast. That
he's gonna be 113 years old.
A charred fucking zombie corpse.
No, he's not even charred. They're gonna be like, well, yeah, there was this one exit that nobody knew about. That
he didn't know that Jamie Lee Curtis dug an escape tunnel. She dug an escape tunnel out of her house.
Yeah, exactly.
Met Jason
and he survived. Yeah, and they fused together and became one.
So they hitchhike on the way out, and they're sitting in the back, and then it zooms in onto the
like
daughter.
Dead, bleeding. By the way,
it zooms into the daughter holding the bloody kitchen knife, and then it does a freeze frame. And the movie's over. That was a weird way to cut it. And it was weird.
Why was it ends on the knife?
It's like she's gonna become a murderer now.
Yeah, she's if anything, they should have just showed her grip the knife more hard and then it cut. Yeah, like, ooh,
she's not a murderer.
She's a murderer. So it's like this kind of possession.
Or kills Jamie Lee Curtis.
She turns around, she's like, and stabs her mom and her grandma in the fucking neck. Grandmother, mother.
Yeah, stabs she was both. Michael Myers all the time.
Michelle Myers.
Yeah. But all right, so last thoughts on it. So it's
overall rating. Go ahead,
7.
7? Yeah, 9, of course.
I'm gonna give it like an 8. I'm gonna give it like an 8.
I thought it was awesome. I thought they did. I thought they did a really good job to ode to the original.
I didn't write a lot of notes. I felt like I actually was wanting to watch the movie more than talk like immediately. Like,
I had to catch myself and write some shit. Like my notes aren't extensive at all.
Skipped like 20-30 minutes.
Yeah, but definitely a better. Best horror movie I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It was nice.
I thought they did a really good job.
Especially since I saw the last horror movie I watched was The Nun, and that was oh my god, the worst movie I've ever seen. So this was nice that it's actually decent. Yeah. But yeah, sorry, that's it. Let's get the hell out of here.
Leave some comments.
You guys are pussies. Football's on. I'm about to go.
But yeah, all right, man.
Happy Halloween,
talk shit to us. Happy Halloween. Comment, do all that bullshit.
Subscribe, talk shit.
Yeah, you guys are losers, and we're out. Nice movie. Can't fight.